In this video, I'm going to be talking about these shape tools inside of Illustrator, which are some of the most important tools to really get a good, strong foundation with. If you have a good handle on these tools, you can draw just about anything in Illustrator, so I can't stress enough how important it is that you learn these tools very, very well. I'm going to go ahead and select the rectangle tool on the left-hand side of my screen. I can also press M to select it, and as you might expect, if you drag, you have created a rectangle. Simple enough. I'm going to Command Z, Control Z on Windows to undo that. If I hold down Shift and draw, it's going to keep it constrained to a square. Whenever I release, it draws our square. There's a few other things that we can change while we're drawing. If we want to, right now we're drawing from one of the corners, so as I draw, it's drawing from the left-hand corner, upper left-hand corner, and down to the lower right-hand corner. However, if I hold down Alt or Option on Mac, so Option on Mac, Alt on Windows, I can draw from the center. So rather than drawing like this, I can draw like this by holding down the Alt or the Option key. I'm going to go ahead and just undo. If I hold down both the Option and the Shift key, or the Alt and the Shift key on Windows, I'll draw a square from the center. There's various modifications we can make to this rectangle. We'll get into those in a later video. Let's go to the next tool, the rounded rectangle tool. The rounded rectangle tool, as I click and drag, draws a rectangle with round corners. If I press up and down arrows on my keyboard, so I'm just pressing down right now, it becomes sharper. If I press up, it becomes more rounded. So I'm just pressing and holding up. So I'm changing the radius of the corners. Whenever I release, it draws that rectangle. Just like our other tools, if we hold down Alt or Option, we can draw it from the center. And if we hold down Shift, it will try to square it off. The next tool we have is the Ellipse Tool, or the Circle Tool. The Ellipse Tool can draw oblong circles, or if we hold down Shift, it will draw perfect circles. Just like the other tools, if we want to hold down Alt or Option and draw, it will draw from the center. So if we hold down Alt, Shift, or Option Shift on Mac and draw out, it's going to draw a circle from our center point. The next tool is our Polygon Tool. Whenever I draw with the Polygon Tool, it draws from one corner of the polygon and goes out. If I press the up arrow, I'll add more sides to our polygon. If I press the down arrow, I will subtract sides from our polygon, all the way down to a triangle. So this is how we draw a triangle inside of Illustrator. If I press up, right, I add more sides to that polygon. The next tool is the Star Tool. If I draw the star and press up on the arrow keys, it will add more sides to our star. Down will reduce the sides of the star. The star is a little odd because if I hold down Command or Control while I'm drawing it, so I'm still holding down my mouse button, I will extend the arms of the star. So I can draw it big and then extend the arms, or I can shrink them down. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but just play around with that. Every single one of these tools can also be used in a very mathematical way, simply by clicking instead of clicking and dragging. So we've been clicking and dragging. We can also just simply click, and it will ask us what size rectangle do we want. So I could say I want a 1 inch by 1 inch rectangle, say OK, and it will make it. If I click the Polygon tool, it'll say how many sides do I want. Well, I need a 20-sided polygon, and the radius should be 1 inch. All right, so those are a couple of different ways of drawing basic shapes inside of Illustrator.